ତାଙ୍କର जी माँ पूजा 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 देवी ବର୍ଷା listen ଆମେ କାଲି କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ କରିଥିଲେ 178 ପେଜ ର ଫରେନ୍ ପଲିସି chapter the peacetime efforts. However, the Sino-Indian relation is not always strained by border disputes. Both the countries have come forward to cooperate with each other in economic front and also in international forum. By keeping aside their dispute, in 1950, Sino-Indian relation was governed by the principle of Hindi chain bhai bhai and Panchashil. देखो वर्ष पेज नंबर 178 हम स्टार्ट करिबा जेनाड परिडा बुक यदि कहिबा इंडिया एवं चाइना रो रिलेशनशिप केवल स्ट्रेन हेनी बॉर्डर डिस्प्यूट को नहीं obstacle आसेने border dispute को नहीं both the countries have come forward to cooperate with the economic forums and also international forum by keeping aside their dispute तांकर जो dispute अछि दूरे दे पाई in 1950s Sino-Indian relation was governed by the principle of the chain bhai bhai and Panchashil. इंडिया एवं चाइना भितर केमती गुडविल रिलेशनशिप एस्टाब्लिशमेंट होइबो आ पंचशील एग्रीमेंट मध्य को बेस करी केमती इंटरनेशनल अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ कोऑपरेशन को बूस्ट करिवे से बाबद रे किछि रिलेशनशिप मध्य एस्टाब्लिशमेंट हेतिला आफ्टर साइनो इंडियन वॉर डिप्लोमेटिक टाइज बिटवीन बोथ द कंट्रीज वर रीएस्टाब्लिश्ड इन 1978 1978 बेलकु पेन अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी विजिटेड बीजिंग thereafter China modified its pro Pakistan set on Kashmir काश्मीर बाबद रे जो पूर्व प्रश्न उठौतिला चाइना and willing to remain silent over the Kashmir issue which was a bilateral problem between India and Pakistan जोटा कि इंडिया और पाकिस्तान भितर गोटे bilateral problem. It also accepted India's objection of Sikkim and its special advisory relationship with Bhutan. सिक्किम बाबद रे अरुणाचल प्रदेश बाबद रे सबले कोन करना निजर स्टैंड आनी थाई कि ना चाइना एवं ता मैप भितर कथा अरुणाचल प्रदेश को सिक्किम के इंक्लूड करै किंतु से बाबद रे जेतेबेले देखा जाए जे किछि ना किछि 1978 परे परे मॉडिफिकेशन आसिला रिलेशनशिप रे इंडिया अगेंस्ट au एतटा गलानी के ना चाइना however during 1980s the relation again becomes tense in 1984 China built a helipad at Wandong in Arunachal Pradesh जोटा काम इंडिया रो पहुंचे पार्ट एंड पार्सल सेटी गोटे हेलीपैड एस्टैब्लिशमेंट कला in 1986 China deployed its troops to the Samdorang Chu Valley in Arunachal Pradesh. India retaliated by airlifting its troops. As Indian forces prevented Chinese troops from entering into the valley, China reacted sharply by saying that it would teach India a lesson. China रो आर्मरी सेक्टर बहुत स्ट्रांग अवश्य न्यूक्लियर पॉजिटिव इंडिया है बारे किंतु चाइना रो यदि हम देखिबा प्रत्येक स्तर रे इंडिया सहित रिटेलेट करिया बेले इंडिया अपेक्षा चाइना रो शक्ति होच अधिक इंडिया रिटेलेटेड बाय एयरक्राफ्ट एंड रोड्स सो इन 1987 इंडिया ग्रांटेड स्टेटहुड टू अरुणाचल प्रदेश एगुडा तो सब पॉइंट आउट करिवो 1987 रे India granted statehood to Arunachal Pradesh. This led to another possible Indo-China war. However, both the states avoided military clashes. ଦିଟାଯାକ ଭିତରେ କିଛି ସଂଘର୍ଷ ଆସିଲାନି relating to militancy. The tension was released with the visit of Rajiv Gandhi to China. The two sides stressed the need for restoration of a friendly relation. Rajiv Gandhi signed agreement with China science and technology cooperation. Science and technological cooperation over Rajiv Gandhi reiterated kale stress dele. Rajiv Gandhi signed agreement with China on science and technology cooperation, establishing direct air link, cultural exchange. In 1991, Chinese Prime Minister Li Peng visit करथिले कोन India, and in 1992 President R Venkataraman visited China. One type of a diplomatic relationship was established. ତାଙ୍କ ଦେଶର executive head of the state or government visit kale India को, ତାଙ୍କ representative माने India को visit kale, ତାଙ୍କ delegatory authority माने India को visit kale ଏବଂ India ର ମଧ୍ୟ delegatory माने ସେଠିକି visit କରିଥିଲେ. ଯାହା in 1987 visited China. This led to more cooperation between the countries. Both states agreed to demobilize their troops from the border and arrange high-level military meeting to de-escalate tension in the border. The military forces, army forces माने border रे जाई रहिले, एपटरो इंडिया रा आर्मी जाई रहिला, सेपटरो चाइना रो सोल्जर माने से रहिले. जहा द्वारा टेंशन बढ़ी बढ़ी चलीथिला, किंतु ताकू चाहिले साधारणतः कोन करिया पई ना डिमोबिलाइज करिया पई अर्थात विथड्रॉ करिया पई फ्रॉम द border. During the prime ministership of P.V. Narasimha Rao, several agreements were signed by both the countries regarding cross-border trade, environment, radio and television transmission. In 1993, both the countries agreed to respect the line of actual control, the LAC. Line of actual control, both the countries can respect. The trade relation between India and China rose to peak during the period of Manmohan Singh. Manmohan Singh को प्रकृति प्राइम मिनिस्टर बेले इंडिया और चाइना भितर ट्रेड रिलेशनशिप बहुत हाई जाइथिला. In 2009, India and China joined hands along with Brazil, Russia and South Africa and formed the BRICS. ଏବେ ଜାଣିଥିବ BRICS ସମ୍ମିଳନୀ ଚାଲିଛି ଏବଂ ନରେନ୍ଦ୍ର ମୋଦି ମଧ୍ୟ ଯାଇଛନ୍ତି. ତେଣୁ an association for economic cooperation. In 2014, Chinese president then Jinping visited India, which was followed by Narendra Modi's visit to Beijing in 2015. Both the countries signed several agreements on economic cooperation. Economic cooperation को नहीं, both the countries विभिन्न प्रकार conversion agreements signed. The current status देखिए, despite the fact that there has been substantial increase in economic cooperation between both the countries, but the border dispute still persists today. Chinese troops entering into India territory is very often. କିନ୍ତୁ border dispute ଏବେ ବି ରହିଛି. ଚାଇନା ତା ପ୍ରକୃତି ଛାଡିନି, ତା ଆଇଡିଓଲୋଜି ଛାଡିନି, ସବୁବେଳେ ଡିମାଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛି ଅରୁଣାଚଳ ପ୍ରଦେଶ ସିକିଂ ହେଉଛି ମୋର, ଆଉ ବେଳେ ବେଳେ କଣ କରୁଛି ନା ଇନଫିଲ୍ଟ୍ରେସନ ଏବଂ ଅନୁପ୍ରବେଶ ମଧ୍ୟ ଜାରି ରହିଛି. So Chinese troops entering in Indian territory very often, it continue its claim over Arunachal Pradesh. So नेता बोले हमें कहूँ. Recently, China has changed the names of different districts of Arunachal Pradesh following Dalai Lama's visit to Tawang. दलाई लामा ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆସିଲେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଚାଇନା କଣ କଲା, ବିଶେଷ କରି ଯୋଉ ଅରୁଣାଚଳ ପ୍ରଦେଶର ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟର ନାଁକୁ ଚେଞ୍ଜ କରିବାକୁ ବସିଲା. The bilateral relationship between India and Pakistan, China and Pakistan have grown multifold, which posed a threat to India. ଚାଇନା ଯେତେବେଳେ ଦେଖୁଛି ତାର ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ସହିତ ଭଲ ସମ୍ପର୍କ ନାହିଁ, ସେତେବେଳେ ଏଷ୍ଟାବ୍ଲିଶମେଣ୍ଟ କରୁଛି ସମ୍ପର୍କ କାହା ସହିତ? ପାକିସ୍ତାନ ସହିତ. In 1963, Pakistan conferred the Sikh Valley to China, and which was under Pak occupied Kashmir through that valley. China is now constructing road, then which will link both China and Pakistan via rail. तो विभिन्न प्रकार कंस्ट्रक्शन काम चली चाइना द्वारा जोटे अपोज करछन कि ना पर्टिकुलरली इंडिया, but it is of invalid in nature. So today China is carrying an ambitious project called One Belt One Road, OBER project. One Belt One Road, and through this project it wants to advance a web of interrelated military, diplomatic, economic and energy related initiative with states like Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Maldives. India कौन कुछ विभिन्न कंट्री सहित संपर्क रखिया पई चाहूची. तार मुख्य उद्देश्य होची ट्रेड आउट बिजनेस को अधिक टिके बूस्ट करबा अधिक त्वरान्वित करबा सो
ये मोबाइल भल थी ये ना
this will erode India's long-lasting monopoly of influence. Besides, China is constructing a
हमारा
military base at a border port of particularly Pakistan,
बंदा
linking both countries through sea route. This will undermine India's position in Indian Ocean. Indian Ocean में कौन होगा India's position को limit करेगा. To counter China's strategy, India under the leadership of Narendra Modi have modified its foreign policy with China. ଚାଇନା ସହିତ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆର ଯୋଉ ବୈଦେଶିକ ନୀତି ଥିଲା ତାକୁ ମଡିଫାଏ କରିବାକୁ ପଡୁଛି ଇଟ୍ସ ପଲିସି ହାଜ ଚେଞ୍ଜଡ ଫ୍ରମ ଲୁକ୍ ଇଷ୍ଟ ଯୋଉଟା ଆଗେ ଥିଲା ଲୁକ୍ ଇଷ୍ଟ ପଲିସି ସେଇଟାକୁ ଆମେ କଣ କହିଲେ ନା ଟୁ ଆକ୍ଟ ଇଷ୍ଟ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ elevated its defense and strategic collaboration with Japan, Vietnam, Australia, etc. with a view to contain China. India raised the concern over freedom of navigation in the South China Sea, which is claimed by China. जोटाକୁ China claim करता निजर बोली. Indian Navy has been deployed at South China to counter Chinese hegemony. China hegemony की चेक करिया ପାଇଁ Indian Army की सेंड करा जायछि. Then China is opposing India's permanent membership the Security Council. Also opposes India's membership in the nuclear supply group. It's supporting Pakistan-based terrorist groups which are carrying out terrorist activities in India. देख चाइना सब बेले इंडिया रो परमानेंट मेंबरशिप के अपोज करूची काहे सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल रे तमे देखो सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल हमर पर्टिकुलरली 5 बिग 5 रे जोटा तमे कहूचे किए पांचटा रहिला न्यूक्लियर पोजेसिंग कंट्री जोटा तमे कहले विडो पावर कंट्री चाइना रशिया अमेरिका इंग्लैंड फ्रांस ये पांचटा कंट्री थिला तमे देखि दियो जदी पांचटा कंट्री रो 5 रो सब बेले मेजॉरिटी केते होउची 5 रो मेजॉरिटी 3 3 नुहे कि 5 रो मेजॉरिटी 3 हैला तेणु करी ए तीनटा कंट्री सब बेले पई एक रहउचंदी कोन तीनटा कंट्री एक रहउचंदी पर्टिकुलर हमें देखो इंग्लैंड अमेरिका आ गोटे रहउची ब्रिटेन किंतु बेले बेले कोन हुए ए जो रहिला कर मेंबरशिप पई सोवियत रशिया हला कि चाइना हला दे आर गाइडेड बाय कम्युनिस्टिक आइडियोलॉजी तेणु बेले बेले कोन हुए से माने तीन एक हला के दुई जण एक तेणु करी मैक्सिमम कोन हुए ना डिसीजन ता से मान तीन जण को द्वारा डिसाइड हो जाए बर्तमान जब इंडिया परमानेंट मेंबर हो गला ताले ये गोटे अलग प्रकार पैरालाइज करिवो बर्तमान जब 6 देखिबा 6 हेले इंडिया को मिसी गले धरा जो परमानेंट 6 रो मेजॉरिटी केते 6 रो मेजॉरिटी यदि हमें चाहिबा केते 6 रो मेजॉरिटी 4 4 फनी तो इंडिया जदि इंक्लूड हो गला आउरी कोन हबो बैच दे जिवो कि ना एमानक स्ट्रेंथ बढ़िबो डेमोक्रेटिक ऑर्डर मानकर डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री मानकर सेति पई कोन करछि ना चाइना सब बळे अपोज करछि इंडिया रो परमानेंट मेंबर आउ कोन ना न्यूक्लियर सप्लाई ग्रुप जो एनएससी रे मेंबर होबा पई मध्ये अपोज करछि इट इज सपोर्टिंग एक्टिविटी Pakistan West, excuse me, terrorist group which are carrying out terrorist activities in India. जो माने terrorist activities होउछन से मानको पर मते बड़े बड़े ग्रुप पॉइंट दउछि. To sum up, with both India and China have developed new strategies not to undermine the importance of one another in international forum, but to show off one's own importance in the global arena. तेणु ग्लोबल एरेना विशेष करी हमर विश्व स्तरीय रे में देखिबा सारा विश्व रे इंडिया रो मध्ये इंपोर्टेंस किछि ना किछि बढुची एवं सारा विश्व रो नजर रहिछि इंडिया चाइना रिलेशंस यदि इंडिया चाइना रिलेशनशिप सब बेले पॉजिटिव रहिबो अर्थात डेवलपमेंट स्पिरिट रे रहिबो ताले इंडिया रे किछि बेनिफिट चाइना रे किछि बेनिफिट सो फार एज मार्केट पॉलिसी इज कंसर्न यदि इंडिया और चाइना भीतर सब बेले हार्टेडनेस रहिबो ताले बहुत जेमते ले लूजर होगा कारण चाइना प्रोडक्ट में इंडिया रो मार्केट होती ग्रेटेस्ट मार्केट देखो तापर लिस्ट ऑफ बॉर्डर डिस्प्यूट प्रकृत रे इंडिया और चाइना भीतर जो बॉर्डर डिस्प्यूट रही से बॉर्डर डिस्प्यूट गुड़ा कौन कौन रही फास्ट रही अरुणाचल प्रदेश जदियो कंट्रोल होची इंडिया द्वारा इंडिया रो सोवरेन पावर रही सी Still then it is claimed by China. China ତାକୁ ସବୁବେଳେ claim କରୁଛି ଅରୁଣାଚଳ ପ୍ରଦେଶ ତାଙ୍କୁ। Next ଆମର ରହିଛି ଆକ୍ସାଇ ଚେନ୍ ଯୋଉଟା କହୁଛୁ controlled by China but claimed by India. ସେଟାକୁ ଚାଇନା କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲ କରି ରଖିଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ କ୍ଲେମ କରୁଛି ଯେ ଆକ୍ସାଇ ଚେନ୍ ହଉଛି ମୋର ବୋଲି। ତାପରେ ପିଲେ ଦେଖ ତୱାଙ୍ଗ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ ଏସବୁ ଗୁଡା ଅରୁଣାଚଳ ପ୍ରଦେଶ ବେଶ। ତୱାଙ୍ଗ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲ ବାଇ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ବଟ୍ କ୍ଲେମ୍ଡ ବାଇ ଚାଇନା। ଚାଇନା ସବୁବେଳେ କ୍ଲେମ କରିପାରେ। ତାପରେ ରହିଲା ଆମର ସାଗମ୍ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ ଯୋଉଟା ଆମେ କହୁଛେ ପର୍ଟିକୁଲାରଲି ବା ଭ୍ୟାଲି କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲ ବାଇ ଚାଇନା ବଟ୍ କ୍ଲେମ୍ଡ ବାଇ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ। ଯଦି ଆମେ କହିବା 1963 ରେ this area was gifted to China by Pakistan from the Pak occupied Kashmir. Pak occupied Kashmir ଏଇଟା ରହିଥିଲା କିନ୍ତୁ ତାକୁ ଗିଫ୍ଟ ଦେଇଛି କିଏ ନା ପାକିସ୍ତାନ ଚାଇନା। ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ସେଠି କଣ କରୁଛି ନା କ୍ଲେମ କରୁଛି ଇଟ ଇଜ ଟୁ ବି ମାଇ ସାଇଡ। ତାପରେ ଆସିଗଲା ପିଲେ ଇଣ୍ଡୋ ପାକ୍ ରିଲେସନ। ଦ ରିଲେସନସିପ ବିଟୱିନ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ଆଣ୍ଡ ପାକିସ୍ତାନ ଇଜ ୱାନ୍ ଅଫ ପ୍ରାଇମ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାନ୍ସ। ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ନଜର ପ୍ରାୟ ଏଠି ରହିଥାଏ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ପାକିସ୍ତାନ ରିଲେସନସିପ ଉପରେ। It's because both the countries are two nuclear powers of South Asia. South Asia रे ଦି जन जाक nuclear power possessives. Ever since the birth of a separate state of Pakistan, tension mounted between India and Pakistan over the issue of partition. India Pakistan separated ହେଇଗଲେ ପିଲେ କିନ୍ତୁ ସେଠି ଜର୍ମିନେଟ୍ ହେଲା ଗୋଟେ problem ଯୋଉଟା କି କାଶ୍ମୀର। Kashmir is the bone of contention, କଳିର ମଞ୍ଜି between India and Pakistan. So the partition of India on 14th August 1947 was Black Day in the history of emotional ethics of Indians. The partition has displaced up to 1.25 crore people and several 100,000 people lost their lives in the Hindu-Muslim riot that occurred after partition. At the partition ପରେ जो Hindu-Muslim riot हुई. Ever since independence, although India and Pakistan established diplomatic ties with each other, but widespread violence following partition and various territorial issues, especially the issue of Kashmir, has overshadowed their relationship and the relationship to overshadow Korichi. Today, both the countries have fought three major wars in the war India-Pakistan with LAG, one undeclared war and uncounted number of armed conflicts between their military bases. The relationship between India and Pakistan need to be viewed under the following parameters. ଏଇଭଳି ହିସାବରେ ଆମେ ଆକୁ analysis କରିପାରିବା। First is Kashmir. Kashmir की बेस करी इंडिया और पाकिस्तान ଭିତରେ ସବୁବେଳେ ରାୟ। सेकेंड इंडो पाक वार जो ହେଇଥିଲା ସେଇଟାର ମଧ୍ୟ କିଛି କଣ୍ଟ୍ରିବ୍ୟୁସନ ରହିଛି କିଛି ଇମ୍ପାକ୍ଟ କରିଛି। थर्ड क्रॉस बॉर्डर टेररिज्म इन्फिल्ट्रेशन जो अनुप्रवेश करी आछंदी क्रॉस बॉर्डर वाले आतंकवादी। फोर कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्डिंग मेजर्स परस्पर भितर सेमती कॉन्फिडेंस रो लेवल बढ़ुना। इकोनॉमिक कोऑपरेशन पते एते एस्टैब्लिश्ड ऑर्डर रे ना। चला हमें देखिबा the Kashmir issue. The main content between India and Pakistan has been the Kashmir issue. Before partition, there were some 562 native states. The British government declared that these states can either choose to unite with India or with Pakistan by signing the instrument of accession. So, as per the declaration, respected Muslim-dominated areas in West and East choose to amalgamate with Pakistan. Where is the Hindu-dominated areas to the amalgamation with India? India तो partition ହେଇଗଲା India Pakistan ସେତେବେଳେ ବଡ ଗୋଟେ ଇସ୍ୟୁ ରହିଲା କାଶ୍ମୀର କାଶ କାଶ୍ମୀର କୋଉଠି ମର୍ଜ କରିବ ତମେ ଜାଣିଥିବ କାଶ୍ମୀର କି ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ସହିତ ୟୁନିଫିକେସନ କରିବାରେ ବହୁତ କିଛି କଣ୍ଟ୍ରିବ୍ୟୁସନ ରହିଥିଲା ଆଇରନ୍ ମ୍ୟାନ୍ ଅଫ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ସର୍ଦ୍ଦାର ବଲ୍ଲଭଭାଇ ପଟେଲ। ତେଣୁ ଯୋଉ ପଟରେ ରହିଲେ ବର୍ଡର ଏରିଆରେ ମୁସଲିମ ମାନେ ଥିଲେ ପର୍ଟିକୁଲାରଲି ସେମାନେ ଚାହିଁଲେ କାଶ୍ମୀର କଣ କରିବେ ମର୍ଜ କରିବେ ତା ସହିତ ପାକିସ୍ତାନ। ଯୋଉଠି ହିନ୍ଦୁ ମାନେ ରହିଲେ ସେମାନେ କଣ କଲେ ମର୍ଜ କରିବେ କା ସହିତ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ସହିତ। But Jammu and Kashmir, Junagadh and Hyderabad showed a different tendency. While Hyderabad wanted to remain independent, Junagadh opted to unite with Pakistan, but Jammu and Kashmir opted not to mix each other with India or Pakistan. As it is not possible to have an independent state within the territory of India, so Hyderabad was forced to amalgamate with India. Hyderabad को बात कराया India से तो support करेगा। The case of Junagadh was different, although it was not continuous to the territory of Pakistan, but it opted for amalgamation with Pakistan. by applying the easier logic as experimented with Hyderabad. Junagadh was also annexed to Junagadh. But the case of Jammu and Kashmir was different. It was contiguous to both Pakistan and India. It still opted to remain independent. ଏମାନେ ଏବେ ବି ସୁଦ୍ଧା କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଆମେ ସ୍ୱାଧୀନ ହେଇକି ରହିବୁ ନା ମିଶିବୁ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆରେ ନା ମିଶିବୁ ପାକିସ୍ତାନ ତାଙ୍କ ବୁଦ୍ଧି ବି ଭଲ although majority population of Kashmir were Muslims ବହୁତ ଯୋଉଠୁ କାଶ୍ମୀରରେ ଥିଲେ ମୁସଲିମ ଏଟ୍ ଦି ରୁଲର ୱାଜ ଏ ହିନ୍ଦୁ ସେଠି ହିନ୍ଦୁ ଥିଲେ କଣ ହରି ସିଂ ତମେ ଧର ମୁଁ କ୍ଲାସ କରୁଛି ତମେ 3 ଜଣ ହଉଛ କଣ କି ମୁସଲିମ ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ହିନ୍ଦୁ ମୁଁ ଚାହିଁବି ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ କୋଉ ଗୋଟେ ଗ୍ରୁପରେ ମିଶିବା ପାଇଁ ମୁଁ ମିଶିଯିବି କିନ୍ତୁ ତୁମର ମନ ନାହିଁ ହେଲେ ରାଜା ତ ସିଗ୍ନେଚର କରିଛନ୍ତି ନା so he wanted to remain independent and India did not object to it. But Pakistan was dead bent upon taking control of Jammu and Kashmir because it had already lost Junagadh. So it did not want to lose its place in the world. World community Following partition, communal riot broke out throughout India and Pakistan, easily in Punjab. Communal riots. The riots subsequently spread to Kashmir. Pakistan wanted to take up the benefits of this turbulent situation. Pakistani paramilitary forces backed the Pashtun tribals of Sindh raided Kashmir. They captured Barmula on 25th October 1947. The forces of King Hari Singh were unable to retaliate the attack. So the king asked for help in India. The king no, time meeting India. In 1947, and sent her troops to Kashmir on 27 October 1947. Indian troops take the Pakistan troops from capturing Srinagar. After a week of intensing, the Indian troops were able to push back the aggregation and the evict areas under Pakistan occupation. Pakistani occupation area. But still, a major part of northwest Kashmir was under control of Pakistan. Pakistan under a both good major part of northwest Kashmir. The concept.
ଖାଇବ ପିଆଜ କୋଡି ମିଶ୍ର ପାଳିବ ବଡ ବଡ ଖାଇବ ଯାଇକି ନା ଅସୁବିଧା
ବର୍ଷା ସୁନା ଝିଅ ଟେ ଦ୍ରୌପଦୀ ସୁନା ଝିଅ ଶ୍ରୁତି ଆଉ ଯୋଉମାନେ ଅନଲାଇନ ଅଛନ୍ତି ବହୁତ ବଢିଆ ସୁନା ଝିଅ ସବୁ ପୁଅ ମାନେ ଏ ଯୋଉ ବର୍ଷାଟା ଲାଗି ରହିଛି ବୋଲି ଆସି ପାରୁନଥିଲା ଆମ ପିଲା ରେଗୁଲାର ପିଲା ଅପିଲେ ଦେଖିପାର The onset of winter season and snowfall made it very difficult for the Indian forces to evict all the territory of Kashmir. Kashmir ତମେ ଜାଣିଥିବ maximum ସହିତ କଣ ଯେ ବରଫପାତ ହୋଇଥାଏ ତୁଷାରପାତ ହୋଇଥାଏ ଯୋଉଟା ବରଫ ପଡେ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଆମର ଆର୍ମି ଫୋର୍ସେସ୍ ମାନଙ୍କୁ ମଧ୍ୟ ଟ୍ରବଲ करे to control or to watch around the boundary areas. Boundary area ରେ ନିଜକୁ ନିଜେ control ରଖିବା. On 1st January 1948, both India and Pakistan agreed and referred the Kashmir issue to the United Nations. The Security Council set up a commission called United Nations Commission for India and Pakistan. Security Council got a commission establishment କରିଥିଲେ. ସେ commission ନାଁ ଥିଲା UNCIP, United Nations Commission for India and Pakistan for resolution of Kashmir conflict. The UNCIP passed resolution on 13th August resolution passed kale and August 1948 to conduct a plebiscite in Kashmir to decide its fate. Plebiscite ହେଲା ମାନେ କାଶ୍ମୀରର ଲୋକମାନେ ଅଟୋମେଟିକାଲି କଣ କରିବେ ସମସ୍ତେ କାଶ୍ମୀରର ଇଣ୍ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେନ୍ସ ପାଇଁ କିମ୍ବା ପାକିସ୍ତାନ ସପୋର୍ଟରେ ଭୋଟ ଦେବେ କିନ୍ତୁ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ତାକୁ ପ୍ରିଫର କରୁନି plebiscite. ଦେଖ It also requested both the countries to hold a ceasefire in the line of a counter LOC. In the UNCIP also resolved that the plebiscite will be held only after complete withdrawal of forces by both the states from areas under their possession in Kashmir. Kashmir position. but Pakistan refused to withdraw from Pakistan occupied Kashmir. जो POK अछि सेपे केबेले पाकिस्तान पटुन Kashmir and insisted that plebiscite would only be held in that part of Kashmir which is under Indian occupation. Indian occupation जोटा रहिछि सेटे plebiscite. India refused to agree, so plebiscite could not be held. The Legislative Assembly of Kashmir passed a resolution unanimously and endorsed the amalgamation with India in 1954. In 1954, India said the established. But Pakistan did not accept this amalgamation. Kashmir still remains the hotbed of tension and conflict between India and Pakistan. India and Pakistan ଭିତରେ ସବୁବେଳେ ରହିଛି କଣ ନା hotbed of tension. And conflict between India and Pakistan. तापर देखिए second Indo-Pak War. Indo-Pak relations were halted several times due to Indo-Pak War. Once Muhammad Ali Jinnah said that Pakistan could fought 1,000 times for Kashmir. Kashmir ପାଇଁ ଦରକାର ପଡ଼ିଲେ ପାକିସ୍ତାନ କଣ କରିବ ନା 1000 ଥର war କରିବ against India. The first spell of Indo-Pak War was already fought in 1947. The second war between both the countries started in 1965. In January 1965, Pakistan attacked the Ran of Kutch, a sparsely populated area in the coast of Gujarat. Gujarat area, and India retaliated. India ମଧ୍ୟ କଣ କଲା ପ୍ରତି ଆକ୍ରମଣ କରିଥିଲା. The ceasefire was made under the mediatorship of Britain, but again in the month of August, Pakistan once again attacked Jammu and Kashmir with a code word Operation Gibraltar. Operation Gibraltar माध्यमରେ से कौन करता ना attack. India fought to fight for self-defense. Through the operation of Gibraltar, Pakistan intended to infiltrate forces into Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir रे कौन करिବ अनुप्रवेश बढ़ेइବ. Precipitate insurgency. The 5-week war caused thousands of casualties from both sides. In the month of September, the United Nations intervened and a ceasefire was approached. India vacated Lahore, which it had occupied, and came back to the line of control. For enduring peace, the Tashkent Agreement was signed between both the countries in 1966 under the membership of Russia. So, ଆସିଗଲା କଣ କି Tashkent Agreement, ଯୋଉଠି ଉତ୍ତରରେ India ଆଉ Pakistan ଭିତରେ peaceful negotiation ଆସିଥିଲା, but it could not last. Third spell of Indo-Pak War in 1971, when the people of East Pakistan revolted against the leadership of Pakistan leadership against Charlie, and fought for independence. India openly supported the rebels of East Pakistan, and both the countries engaged in war. Ultimately, it ultimately ended with the march of Bangladesh and the surrender of Pakistan to India. Bangladesh actually India said the friendly this establishment by both the countries fought a limited battle for a conquest of Siachen Glacier. It was under India's occupation. But during winter, due to heavy snowfall, India withdrew her forces from Siachen in 1980. Taking this opportunity, Pakistan sent her troops to Siachen. When India saw this, the troops clashed and finally ended in a region of India's position. India defeat kala Pakistan, but India region Siachen. The same story repeated in Kargil in 1999. Pakistani troops occupied Indian post in Kargil in their absence. This resulted in the fires battle between both the countries, and ultimately India could drive out Pakistan forces from Kargil. India Pakistan forces. Cross-border terrorism and infiltration. देखिए बा देखो, ever since inception, Pakistan's main intention was not to allow India to remain in peace. India को शांति में रखिए को चाहूँ. Unless and until Kashmir is ceded to Pakistan, Japan से कश्मीर तक स्वतंत्र न कराई थी. Time and again, it repeatedly infiltrated the terrorists into Indian territory. The ISI of Pakistan is entrusted with this task. It gives both overt and covert support to terrorists to create disturbances in India. Here is the disturbance created for a number of terrorist groups and outfits like Lashkar-e-Toiba, Indian Mujahideen, Jamaat-ud-Dawa, Jaish-e-Mohammed, etc., have been operating from Pak-occupied Kashmir to create disturbance in India, especially in Jammu and Kashmir. Recently, stone spelting by Kashmiri youths and Indian forces in what the then was policy opted by the terrorist. ତେଣୁ ଟେରିଷ୍ଟ ଗ୍ରୁପ ମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଯେତେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ କିଛି ଷ୍ଟ୍ରାଟେଜିକ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମ ଗ୍ରହଣ କଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ କିନ୍ତୁ ଦେଖାଯାଉଛି ଏ ଯୋଉ ଟେରିଷ୍ଟ ଗ୍ରୁପ ମାନେ କୋଉ ଜାଗାରେ ଫର୍ମେସନ ହଉଛନ୍ତି କୋଉଠି ତାଙ୍କର ଟ୍ରେନିଂ କ୍ୟାମ୍ପ ରହୁଛି ପାକିସ୍ତାନ ଅକୁପାଏଡ କାଶ୍ମୀର ପିଓକେ ସେଇଠି ହିଣ୍ଟସ ତାଙ୍କୁ କରୁଛି ଏନକରେଜ କରୁଛି ପାକିସ୍ତାନ ଯେ ଏଇଭଳି ଷ୍ଟେପ ନିଅ ତାଙ୍କର ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ଗ୍ରାଉଣ୍ଡ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏଷ୍ଟାବ୍ଲିଶମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଇଛି ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ନେଲା ପରେ ସେମାନେ କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ